In this video, we will be seeing about networking. We'll be writing a program on TCP date and time server. Okay, networking consists of two components. One is the server component, and the other is the client component. Okay, so the server and the client communicates with each other directly in a networking environment. Okay, let's say that this is a server and this is the client machine, and then I'm going to draw something. Okay, these two things are sockets. Socket, and this thing is also a socket. The socket that resides in the server side is a special kind of a socket, and it is called a server socket. Okay, and then message is passed between these two sockets. The client socket, the client passes request to the server, and then the server should receive the server socket should accept this request. This is the first step, and then and it should process whatever the request that has been given. It should process, and then it has to give back to the client. For giving back to the client, for processing and giving back to the client, we need something called as print writer. Print writer deals with output stream. Okay, so and then the information is passed on to the client, and then the client, to read whatever the server has sent, we need something called as buffered reader. Buffered reader deals with input stream, and then we can do whatever with the information that we receive from the server. In this case, we are going to send a request and receive date and time, and we are going to display the date and time in this video. Here is a program, TCP date time server. Let's see the code. Okay, so here few steps are involved in this. Okay, the first step, let me write down the steps. First step is creating server socket in case of server coding. Server socket. The second is accepting request from client through server socket. Third one is creating print writer, and fourth step is writing to the print writer. These are the 4 steps involved in server code. Okay, let's now see the code. As we know, like everything in Java is in the main function. Okay, and then we are creating a server socket. See, server socket, server. We are creating an object called server, and then new keyword server socket, and then we need to pass in port number. This is a port number. We can give whatever we want, but we have to remember this port number, and we have to give the same port number when it is needed in the client code. Okay, and then let's come to this place. Okay, so we are just printing just to make sure that the code looks good, looks functional. So waiting for the client, and then this is the next line. Okay, so now we are storing it in we have successfully created the server socket here, and now we have to accept. Note that these two are different. This is socket, so this is the server socket. We have to accept to the request, and then the accept we are going to create provided by the server print writer. Server socket. Let me just these things appear in a single line. Okay, so we have created an object here and of server socket, and we are let me give any name. In this case, we are going to give a name out equals new print writer, just like creating any other objects in Java. Print writer. This takes in one parameter, and that parameter is nothing but get output stream of the object socket. So socket dot get output stream. Don't forget this is a function, and it also takes another parameter. It's a boolean, so true. This is how it is written. Actually, these two lines are written in a single line. Okay, so the print writer is initialized with the constructor socket get output stream is the main method. And then in the client side also we have a few steps. First is this method, what creating a socket. Okay, whatever we are passing to the print writer, this print writer will use the get output stream, which means that it will push whatever we are and then reading from buffer reader pushes to the output stream, which is received by the client side. Okay, and then we are printing it whatever we want to do out client side created here. So in the print writer we are printing out hello string and then to the on the console. So a function, new date function. So we are creating this function. This there should be space. Okay, the first step is creating a socket, and this is a new keyword here, followed by creating a socket is nothing but writing a socket and then creating an object for it, new socket, and then it takes in two parameters. One is the port number. We have to give the same port number that we have given in the server side. So in the server side we have given 8888, and then in the client side also we should give the same port number, and then whatever the local host is, we need to give the local host here. Generally maybe it may be 127.0.1, whatever the IP address of your local machine, you have to give it. And then the first step is over. The second step is creating buffer reader. We have to create a buffer reader. Okay, so buffer reader, I'm giving it a name for the object, new buffer reader. It's going to take a parameter of an instance of input stream reader, and input stream reader in turn takes another parameter of a method name called get input stream, and get input stream is provided by socket. So this socket is linked to here. So let me write it down so that you can have a clear understanding. So buffered reader in equals new buffered reader, which takes in an instance of new input stream reader, which in turn takes a parameter of get input stream, which is provided by socket object. Okay, and then we are going to from the buffered reader we are going to read from the buffered reader using the read line method, and then we are going to save whatever that is read inside the message MSG string, and then we are going to print the MSG string. This MSG string contains the date and time that is provided by the server. Okay, whatever we are trying to do in the client side is prone to errors, and so that we have to enclose everything, the entire thing in try catch. You have to enclose the entire thing in try catch block